In today's video, I'm going to teach you, insert video title here, we're focusing on a simple but powerful technique, turning a stroke into a solid, editable shape, often called outlining a stroke. This is especially useful when you want consistent results across different devices and programs, when preparing artwork for print or cutting, or when you need precise control over the shape's edges rather than its stroke settings. Start by selecting the object that currently has a stroke. This could be a line, a shape, or any vector element with a visible stroke applied. Make sure you're selecting the actual stroked object, not just a group or a background layer. If you're unsure, glance at your appearance info to confirm you see a stroke attribute. If you can click on the edge and see the stroke weight value, you're in the right place. It's a good practice to be intentional here, especially if you have multiple overlapping paths. If you have more than one stroked object you want to convert, you can select them all at once, so the next step applies to everything together. With the stroked object selected, go to the menu and choose Object, then Path, then Outline Stroke. This command converts the visual thickness of your stroke into an actual filled path. In other words, the stroke's width becomes the contour of a new shape. The software takes the stroke's attributes like weight, caps, and corners and bakes them into a path that can be edited point by point. This is a one-click operation and happens instantly. After running Outline Stroke, you'll notice the stroke is no longer a stroke. Instead, it becomes a filled shape. You'll typically see that the object now has a fill color and no stroke attribute because the outline itself is the shape. At this point, you can treat it like any other vector fill, change its color, apply gradients, or adjust it with your direct selection tools to move anchor points and handles. If the original stroke had special properties such as rounded ends or sharp corners, those details are preserved in the new path's geometry. A couple of important notes to keep in mind. Once the stroke is outlined, you can't adjust the stroke weight anymore because it no longer exists as a stroke. If you think you might want to tweak the stroke later, consider keeping an original version elsewhere or be ready to use undo right after the conversion. Also, depending on the complexity of the original stroke, the resulting shape may be a compound path. That's normal and simply reflects the geometry created by the stroke's width. And that's it. Select the stroked object, choose Object, Path, Outline Stroke, and the stroke becomes